Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer and I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 Blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes. If you feel like being a lurker, you can go ahead and just lurk, and that's also okay. Harold says, I will also do a thing. Great. Please do things and thangs. And the thing that Harold was doing was to resub. 76 months is such a huge amount of months. So let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site Tier 2 Blue emote also in the chat to thank Harold. Harold, thank you so much for that. That's so kind of you. That is a thing that you did. Ghost Valve is here. Lashbrook is here. We got a great crew already. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If it's your first time here because you just saw the Makers and Crafting and you want to come check it out, I'm Pat Baer. I build model kits and Lego sets 3 times a week, and then 1 time a week I do something that's not that on a Tuesday. But tonight is model kit building because it's a Saturday. I am currently working on the Hyaku Shiki. The Hyaku Shiki is a fantastic model kit. It's a gold friend. We are body complete on this kit. We have to do the backpack and we have to do the weapons. And there's a few weapons for this kit, so it'll take a little bit of time. Will it take the whole stream? I don't know. So I didn't promote the next thing that I'll be working on, but I can tell you about it, that I have it over here. The Gundam, what was it? Gundam Amazing Red. Yeah, the Gundam Amazing Red Warrior. I forgot the last word in it. It's the Gundam Amazing Red Warrior. And it's the Amazing Red Warrior is how you would say it. But in my head, every time I look at it, I think Amazing Red Warrior. I put the pause after Red and look at Amazing Red, because Amazing Red is the name of independent wrestler, and that's where my head goes. I think of Amazing Red, and I don't think of Amazing Red Warrior. I think Amazing Red Warrior. That's wrong. That's just a little peek into my old brain box here. But yeah, we're going to finish up this kit. We'll move on. We're going to talk about some anime in the second hour. We got some video game stuff to talk about, some other things and things coming up in conversation. Maybe we'll get into some wrestling talk. Quick update, my mentions are back to normal, meaning that I get a couple likes on some posts or some retweets, and occasionally I get retweeted my own retweet, which is very nice. And it's basically people just reading my stuff and not engaging, which is fine, totally fine, as long as they can get it. That's good. I wasn't keeping a track of how many followers I have lost since gaining followers this week. Because that's not interesting to me, to know if I've had a significant drop off, because I'm not constantly breaking news about the son of a professional wrestler dressing like that professional wrestler and also having a gaming channel on YouTube. If you're unaware of what I'm talking about, Garrett Borden, the son of Sting, has a Destiny 2 focused YouTube channel, and also this past weekend dressed up as his dad for a wrestling match, and then talked about it and kind of like revealed to his decent size, don't get me wrong, decent size beforehand, crew of people watching him on YouTube. And I posted that on Twitter because I thought it was neat and that people might want to see it. And a lot of people did want to see it. And people I don't know who wanted to see it. And then eventually, I'm sorry, I got the itches and scratches here tonight. My apologies. That's unprofessional. But yeah, at a certain point, I lost control of that and it just spread. And then people would have found out about it eventually, is the thing that I've been saying when asked about it. Like, I didn't break some story that no one was ever going to see. I didn't, blow the lid off of a secret. I didn't blow up his spot. His link, like, people would have found his Instagram and would have found the link to his YouTube at some point, or found that post or whatever. Destiny 2 players that would have posted about it, it would have gotten there. It just so happens that a couple wrestlers and people in the wrestling world follow me on Twitter, and so it was an easy retweet for them. And then, like Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer talked about it. And he didn't say like, oh, this going viral or whatever. He just said the thing. Like when the write-ups happened, they just linked to it. They didn't say like, oh, this guy on Twitter was talking about it. And they shouldn't do that. They don't have to do that. I'm not, as I said, like I didn't break the story. I saw it on a Discord and then figured it out because the person was just like, yeah, I think his son is a YouTuber, but I don't know. And then I like did my due diligence with Google and Bing and figured it out. And then when I did that, well, then it was time to talk about it on this stream and also on Twitter. It's a weird little thing. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him and Steve Jr. They all seem great. Dudes rock. As so many people said when they retweeted that, or quote tweeted, I should say, dudes rock. As we start working on the backpack for this kit, I should say, it is bright. Hopefully it is bright enough for y'all. The overhead light that I have here is a new light. It arrived today. We're testing it. Here's the thing I've learned by looking at Amazon, and I wanted something within like around $20, and I wanted something that would get here. Originally, I thought it was going to get here by tomorrow, but it got here today, which is great. What am I looking for in an overhead light? You may be wondering. Well, the answer to that is I'm looking for a square light that is commonly used for streamers to brighten up a room that would have the standard screw-in post that you would find for camera equipment, because that's the thing I mounted it to uses that, so it'd just be easy to just screw that on or whatever and go. And I wanted to be USB powered. And I want it to be square and not ring. I didn't want a ring light. I use a ring light, which you can see most of the time. If I do this, you should be able to, in my glasses, see a ring light. Yes, you can see the ring in my glasses. I don't want a ring overhead because I don't like how that reflects off of plastic. And I just think it's a bad look for the stream for it to be that shape. So I want a square. So I want a square light that I can use my pre-existing mounts for, that is around $20 and that is USB powered. Now, it doesn't have to be USB powered. It could be wall mounted, like a wall plug. I could use a wall plug, no problem. I'd have to get an extension cord probably to get it to my power strip, whereas right now I have it USB to a USB extender to a power brick, and that's fine. Here's what I've learned in my limited Amazon research. They aren't USB powered, they're USB charging. So right now I have it plugged in to USB-C to USB-A to a plug, an adapter. And that's going to do the job just fine, except I don't know if it's recharging while it's on constantly, or if it's just going to run the battery, because it has an internal battery. But I don't know how long that internal battery is going to run for. I just don't know. There are a lot of unknowns with this. My thought is that I'm probably going to have to look for a lighting solution that is, and stop looking for USB powered, because I'm just getting USB charging. So I don't know if this is going to be the solution. I would love it. I can change the lighting here very easily and adapt. The controllers are all on the side of the unit, which I don't like as much as I like the kind of like attached thing, so you can have it a little farther away, because right now I have to touch it if I want to change it, and I'd rather just have a little doodad on the side that I can just tap when I need to tap. But it works, and like I said, today is the first day using it, so we'll find out if it lasts throughout the stream. I was able to send back the previous light because it was still under warranty. So I did send that back. And so I'm getting Amazon credit for that. And the idea is that if this one doesn't hold for 2 hours, what I could do is keep it in emergency. It has a kind of a fun thing where it has a couple different clip attachments. And one of those clip attachments is meant for phones, like to attach to your phone case. And that's kind of convenient and would be nice to have. So it is nice that I have that option for future for traveling, or if I want to shoot something outside on my phone, something like that. It is nice that I have that option. I do like that. It's just that right now I know that I don't want USB charging. I want like I guess I don't want USB powered. I have to look for like square streaming light, and then look for one that it just has a long USB cable that's like built into the device and not attachable and detachable. So that's what I'm actually looking for. So I'm going to look for something better than this because, like I said, I don't actually know if it's just going to work totally and fine on the fact that it's like on and charging. Like I have no idea how long that's going to last. And it makes me nervous because this overhead light, like I can work without it, but I don't want to. I don't want to work without it. I want it to just work, right? Like I just want it to always be working so that I always have a light on so that this build space is brighter. I can also play around with it a little bit in its positioning. I can put it somewhere else. I do like that it's overhead, kind of. It does cause shadows, as you can see. I would need something identical, like on the other side, to kind of fight shadows. I'm kind of okay with the shadows as long as you can see what I'm building, because the alternative, which I can show, this is the alternative, and it's not good. The alternative is bad, as you can clearly see. The alternative is way darker, and I don't want that. So there we go. Now it's brighter. It's good. And it remembers what position I had it in when it goes off, which is excellent. Appreciate that. All right, we're going to get these here. We need some red pieces here. The end of our red. We're moving right along with this kit. Other things we can talk about tonight. Let's give a little bit of a Twitter update, a little of an X update, a little Elon Musk update. Nothing major there going. There are a couple things happening in the world of X. The first one, very simple. A new thing is happening where if you see an ad and you block that account that made that ad, on mobile, you will get a pop-up that is basically like, hey, you know what will be better? You know what would work better for this is if you got on our service and you went with premium, you wouldn't see ads like that. And so it is to, one, advertise for you that you should get their paid service premium, which you shouldn't. And two, it's to de-incentivize you from blocking ads because it's annoying. You get a pop-up. So it would be just easier to just keep going. And that sucks, right? That's obviously shitty. But here's the thing that I wanted to say about that. It's shitty, obviously, but it's smart for this company, for this version of Twitter, to like bug you about being, having like paying to get rid of this. Like, it's terrible and isn't going to benefit them, but it's way smarter than I would give them credit for, because it is actually an incentive. Is it a good incentive? I would say no, but it is 100% inarguably an incentive. It is telling you, hey, this bad thing could be better if you gave us money. And it's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. And I would recommend that you use something like Control Panel for Twitter. Is that the name of it? Let me look up the name of it. Control Panel for Twitter. That is the Firefox extension I use. And I don't see ads on Twitter. I have a couple other things to make it so I don't see ads, like Ghostery and a few other things. But that's the big one where I don't see ads because of that. And I would humbly suggest that you also use something like that. So that way I don't see ads, and that way I don't have to block ads because I just don't see them. It's pretty great. And of course, not using Twitter, highly recommended. If I didn't have this, I probably would get rid of it. Or at least I'd look at it less. I probably look at it a whole less if I didn't have this shenanigans. All of this nonsense, this lovely nonsense happening. I would probably say, oh, I don't need this anymore. The other big thing is that they're making a blog thing. It's called Articles. A new way to write and share long-form content with your followers on X. Of course, this is behind the paywall as well. This is an incentive. It is basically long-form blogging. Instead of taking notes or a snapshot of a note and putting up a bunch of images, you could just, or a tweet longer or whatever, you could just have a blog and then link people to your blog. Bring up Article Composer by selecting articles in the sidebar on the web. Just on the web. From there, you'll begin crafting your content using a variety of formatting options, including bold, italic, and strike-through text, as well as bullet points and numbered lists. And if you're saying, Pat, are they trying to be WordPress? Yeah, they are. Also, I think X is trying to be Tumblr. They're finally trying to be Tumblr. This feels like, so basic, yes, crazy, yes, basic text formatting, yes. It's very, it's very bare bones. It's a proof of concept. It is another quote unquote incentive for being a paid user. All of those things, right? Will it move the needle? I bet it doesn't move the needle. Will people be excited about it? I don't know, maybe. You could also make the argument that it is attempting to get people to not use like newsletters and to prevent users from using Twitter to advertise their newsletter, because like, oh, if you want to blog, you can just blog there, and you could put some of your, and I'm sure, I actually don't know if you can do this, but I'm sure you can put some of your posts behind a paywall to encourage people to get in on that. Or if that's not happening, I'm sure it will eventually. And the last thing is, this is just a rumor. This has not been verified. I can't tell you for sure this happened. We don't have this is you can call this a rumor. At the end of the day, I don't know if it's true, but it's funny, so I'll share it. And I want to say, please, I don't know if this is true or not, but it was funny and it involved Elon Musk and being the butt of the joke. So, South by Southwest, there was a Fallout party because the Fallout Amazon series. And somebody shared a post around going, this party was awesome until this dude showed up. And there's a photo of Elon Musk talking to a few people. And you can see near him is a very seemingly, of course, one photo, we don't know, seemingly very unhappy Todd Howard. Like fucking God, Elon's here, Todd Howard. Again, do I know that for sure? No, that is what it appears. Anyway, that photo moved around because people were like, ha 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 ha, look at this dork. And then it got retweeted by someone that said, my professor who worked on this series said that Elon Musk flew himself out and showed up on set to be an extra. And they said, no, you can't do that. That's not how this works. And he stood around on his iPad for a half an hour and then left. And again, I don't know if that happened. We have not heard. That has not been scuttlebutt. We don't hear it from extras or anything. We don't know if that's true. But it's very funny, and it makes fun of a man that is good to make fun of. So I like that story. And once again, I'll say, it has not been confirmed. One could imagine a world where Elon Musk talked to a person, or people for Elon Musk talked to a person and arranged for him to make a cameo in it. Because you could imagine a world where it would be someone, not me, but someone would think that it would be funny if Elon Musk was in the background of that. But I can tell you, Elon Musk is not at a level where he can just show up on a television set, shooting location, and just like do a thing, because that's not how TV works. If he knew the director, he could hang out. If he knew the star, he could come hang out. Now, be a part of it? No. That's not going to happen. They don't just have they do have gear for extras. But that's decided beforehand. And there have been times, because people will be like, well, wasn't Gary Whitta a zombie in the pilot of The Walking Dead? Yes, Gary Whitta is a zombie in the pilot of The Walking Dead. Gary Whitta didn't just show up. He didn't fly himself to Atlanta and be like, hey, what's up? He knew people. And someone reached out to him being like, hey, do you want to be a zombie? And he was like, fuck yeah, I will be a zombie. You know, that wasn't like him being like, I got this. This is going to be great. Everyone's going to love this. I'm going to surprise show up. So again, unconfirmed, can't tell you for sure. I don't know if that actually happened, but it is very funny at his expense, so we'll go with it. Lasper says, God, I hadn't imagined how much more annoying South by Southwest would be with Elon hanging around. Yes, I am sure that is not the first or nor the last party that Elon Musk showed up at least someone was like, fuck. I'm just going to quickly look this up here. Let's see. Let me just see if anyone else is talking about this. Yeah, there was somebody at Southwest had that photo. Someone did say, I think Elon wanting to be a mega Fallout fan is really funny because all real Fallout players love killing Mr. House. I think that's fair. God, this photo of Todd Howard just being like, why is this happening? Is so fucking funny. So funny. All right, I can't find this tweet, unfortunately, but I do like that everyone's just like, Elon Musk made a surprise appearance at the Fallout event. And it's just like, so how many people is it a surprise? Also, Todd Howard's really short. I always forget that Todd Howard's really short until I see photos with him. Because it's not like Elon Musk is tall as hell. But Elon Musk is taller by a wide margin to Todd Howard, and it's weird. There's nothing wrong with Todd Howard being shorter than I remember him being. But he is. Ugh. And of course, there are some people who are very excited about that. And they made fan art about it, and it's sad, and it bums me out. There are some people who are just like, hell yeah. There is a very funny thing where one person wrote, can we all agree to gatekeep Elon Musk? He shouldn't be able to like good things. And I don't condone gatekeeping. But I would be willing to listen. And with all this Elon talk, I feel the need to make this reminder on behalf of those of us on the autism spectrum. This is Harold saying this. Elon does not represent us or speak for us. I promise you we're not all assholes. Most of us are pretty nice. Yes, this is a thing to take into consideration, right? When thinking of Elon Musk, is that Elon Musk is responsible for his own actions. And he could, if he wanted to be, if he desired to be, he could be an incredible advocate. He could be out there doing good work. He could, in general, be a better person than he is, but he is not. He is the man that he has chosen to be, and he does not represent a group of people outside of the people that associate themselves with him. He does represent an ilk of people. But yes, but he should not bear the other folks on the autism spectrum should not be forced to bear the brunt of anything that will be associated with him. We'll say that. I could say that better. It's not going to come out better than that. But yes, he is not a representative of anything other than Elon Musk, and a certain sort of Elon Musk, Palmer Luckey. There's a type of rich person that is because they use computers, because they like nerdy things, because they came up on the internet. There has been, and I think we're recognizing that being no longer the case, a general belief that like, oh wait, you don't want to be cool and good and a good person. You just want affluent, awesome folks to like you. And some of the most awesome folks in the world are progressive and thoughtful and kind and funny. Because that's the end of the day, right? Like the thing with specifically Elon Musk, the thing that we have to remind ourselves about Elon Musk is that he wants to be funny and popular. And he wants funny, popular people to think that he's funny and popular. Right? Like, and some do, but most don't. You know, it's like a certain turning point in all of this is that the Onion didn't ignore Elon Musk and decided. So it's the Onion decided they weren't going to ignore Elon Musk. But a big thing that you can look at is that Hard Drive was so sick of Elon Musk stealing their content without attributing anything to them that they just decided to just ruin his life vis-a-vis things that he would most likely want to steal. And a lot of it is that. I'm not blaming anyone. This is all on him. But it is very clear that a lot of this just stems from the fact that Elon Musk was like, wait, but I'm cool. No, you can't. No, you can't keep trending because you're dunking on me so hard. I'm the fun one. What's going on here? It's a lot of it. A lot of it comes from that. And you know, a lot of it is that he is a man, is a person, I should say. We'll just say person. No need to gender this part of it. He is a person that has not found satisfaction. Money hasn't made him happy. Sycophants haven't made him happy. Being in relationships hasn't made him happy. Having children hasn't made him happy. All of the things, being in cool places and doing cool things hasn't made him happy. And so he does the thing that some people end up doing, people with less power and privilege than him, which is figure out who's the responsible for that. Who's making it so he can't be happy. That's the basic gist of it, unfortunately. Because it is, of course, not his fault. Because that would require introspection. You know. The people that were running Twitter, prior to him, having the bare minimum, and not enough, but at sometimes the bare minimum, respect for various types of marginalized people, including trans people. Like that's like that his child disowned him, and it's trans, so Twitter took the blame. Like that's a big part of it. And again, minimal effort on their part. But that was enough. Going too far. Got too woke for old Elon. Maybe getting his brain uploaded to computer will make him happy. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, that's a guy that doesn't think he's broken, that doesn't think he needs help, that doesn't think he needs to figure things out, that isn't going to stop doing this bullshit and finding new, more terrible bullshit. But we can take this. This is small comfort. Elon Musk is the most I'm not owned person I've ever come across. One of the richest people is so big mad when you make fun of him. Like, I can generally handle people not liking what I do, right? I can generally handle that. I had like in my days, I've had very minor, terrible times on the internet, right? Where people said hurtful, hateful things. For a little while there, it was my association with people in feminist frequency. So people got wind of that and didn't like that. Or it was me dunking on a shitty dude who had a lot of people and could not handle it. Again, a person way more successful than myself could not handle being dunked on. Or I've talked about this before. The weirdest fans I've ever encountered were fans of a friend of mine. And when she asked her fan base to wish me a happy birthday, they were mad because they didn't know who I was and why is this person friends with me. But all of that is, like I said, that'll shut down my day sometimes, right? Because I'm human and because I'm not expecting it and it catches me off guard, right? That happens. It comes and it goes. But I don't have a lot of money I don't have this doesn't bother me money. And he does. He has. I'm just going to go do whatever and not think about y'all money. Like, that man never has to look at Twitter again, even though he owns it, and he never has to look at it or tweet again. He could just be like, yeah, I got this money, and have someone post for him. Never has to read it a second again. Doesn't have to Google himself. Doesn't have to see if he's trending topics or what people are saying, what comedy magazines are saying about him. Doesn't have to do any of that. Doesn't have to have a meltdown because someone he fired is now working for Blue Sky and he has to wonder out loud if Blue Sky a dude that got fucking fired by Elon Musk went to a different thing after a long period of time, and he's like, that's sabotage. And it's like, it's not. Elon. It's not sabotage. You fired him. And he waited a while before he joined the team. It's wild. If I had that kind of money, I would disappear. Yeah, I mean, like I said, and I'm not saying like disappear off the face of the earth, but like not care, right? Like just not care. Part of what I do for a living is I upload video. And so I read YouTube comments on my videos on both my VOD channel and this channel. And my regular YouTube channel. I read the comments. I wish I didn't ever read comments. I love the fact that people sometimes write comments on things. That whips ass. That people are like, I have something to say. I can contribute. I agree with you here. I disagree with you here. What about this thing? Here's what you should do in your next one. I love that. Even if you're like, here's what I would have said if I wrote this and performed this. You know what? I don't love that, but thanks for thinking of me. You know what I mean? I can compartmentalize that. I can say one of the worst things you can do is offer alternative jokes to comedy people, unless you are really tight with them or they ask you to help them punch it up. Weird solicitations of ideas in there, unasked for. That's weird. That's always going to be weird. But like for the most part, I am thrilled that anyone wants to interact with me. But if I had the following where I could turn comments off on everything I upload and not have open DMs and honestly not read every single line of chat and feel like I have to respond to every line of chat, which I do. And again, talked about it. You can be a lurker. You chatting with me right now is great. But I'll tell you this. If 100 people were watching right now, I wouldn't read chat that often. I would probably have like a Patreon tier where like you could chat in the Discord and I would check that, but it would be like at a level of monthly contribution that would not be reasonable for most people. Or I might even have subscriber only chat, which sucks. But imagine if a couple hundred people were watching or a couple thousand people were watching. If a couple thousand people were watching, I would not engage with everyone because I don't want to, one, if 100 people are there and 30 people are chatting and having their own conversations and getting their own arguments, like that's not sustainable. And to also then build a model kit, right? Like that's just not reasonable. It's not a reasonable thing to assume. We're body complete here. We got our backpack on. It looks fucking rad. This thing looks dope as shit. We're going to work on some weapons and then we'll call it a build and then start the amazing Red Warrior. But that's me. That's how I feel about that. Like, if I got a job that paid all my bills and let me be creatively fulfilled and I couldn't stream anymore because of it, I would definitely stop posting. I would still like engage in a couple friends' Discords and I would like hang out and I might tweet now and again, but I wouldn't keep up with it. I'd like check my Mastodon for like the tech nerd friends that I have that use Mastodon. But I wouldn't like be all up in social media if I had like a job that meant that I couldn't do this part of my life. And I should just say as a caveat, I would be bummed if I didn't have the creative outlet of being funny and fun and hopefully entertaining and engaging. There's a core group of y'all that are here 3 or 4 times some of you are here for every stream, and that is bonkers. It's been a hot minute since I talked about the streaming stuff. It's still fucking so weird and wild and great. I am still grateful to all of you for folks that are here every time I stream, or maybe you don't hang out for the gaming streams. You're just here for, or the gaming / long form anime discussion streams, or you're just here for the streams where I build. Like, that's all you want, or that, or the opposite. You just like the Tuesday stuff. Like, that's wild and weird, and I am eternally grateful. Eternally grateful for people having my back with this. But like, and I would miss it if I couldn't do it anymore. But the parts around the streaming, like, it does not take much time out of my day. It used, sorry. Let me pull back on this. It used to not take much of my day to promote my streams. I would, because on Twitter, you can set up future things. You can use the calendar thing, and you can post into the future. You can basically, like, so my noon stream, but my stream for Monday is already, like, I'll edit it depending on some stuff, but it's already ready to go, and it'll post at noon on Monday Eastern time. By the way, spring ahead, we're losing an hour, everybody. It's the shittiest time travel. We're going into the future a little faster, but it still sucks. Because you just have less sleep. And then some people's bodies just do not adapt well to the change, the sudden weird change. And your animals are like, what's going on? Feed me. What's wrong? What's happening? It's all a weird thing. But, as I say, when I only posted on Twitter, I could schedule a bunch of tweets. And it was easy. Now I post on Twitter, co-host, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and 5 Discords. Could I cut out the Discord posting? Probably. It probably wouldn't actually affect anything if I cut out the Discord. It has led to people checking shit out, especially my gaming ones. And so there's certainly a reason to continue doing that, because it has led to people who otherwise probably wouldn't check things out, checking things out. So it benefits me. It's good. It's a good thing. But it used to just be I posted to Twitter. And then if it was a big deal, like a fundraising stream, or a charity stream or something, I would post to my own Discord and maybe a couple other Discords. I'd be like, oh, hey, I'm doing this thing. Y'all might be interested in this. This is a thing I'm doing. But now I post in all of those places, and promoting these streams sucks to do now. The streams still whip ass. I still love doing all of this, but the idea that I have to that it makes more sense for me if I am constantly trying to get people to know about all the stuff I'm up to and into is annoying. It's just an annoying thing. At the end of the day, I'm happy you're here. I hope other people come and hang out. Lord Crashington just resubbed saying, hey, Pat. Hey, Lord Crashington. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego Scythe Tier 2 blue emote in chat. Thank Lord Crashington. 56 months is a wild amount of months. Thank you, Lord Crashington. I believe we will bounce back up to 26 subscribers in a moment now that you've resubbed, but who knows? Maybe it won't. Jump back to that. We're currently at 25. The goal is to hit 50. I didn't say it at the beginning of the stream. I'll say it now. Hey, we're currently at 25 subscribers. In 10 minutes, I will talk more about how you can support the channel and do all that. Because I don't want to keep talking about streaming. Lord Crashington wants to be the dance button. And you know what? We are model kit done. We're model kit complete. I do need to attach these weapons for photo. But yeah, let me hit the dance button. thank you for using your channel points for the dance button. Here we go. Oh yeah. There is a bass line. There's the main bass line for the song, and then there's a secondary bass line, and then there's a cowbell laid into it. Thought the kit was rose gold for a second, but I guess it's regular gold. No, this is supposed to be regular gold. It's gold. It's supposed to be regular gold. The second most gold on a model kit because the Phoenix has more. This one just has a lot, but it doesn't have as much as the Phoenix because that one's like all pure gold. And this one has some stuff that isn't gold. It's just mostly gold. All right, I got to get okay, so I got the rocket launcher attached on here, and then we'll get the machine gun attached. I think I have to take the arm apart for the machine gun. Yeah, we're done with this kit here, so we can get started getting together the Amazing Red. I should have just said we were going to start that kit, but I didn't know. You know, sometimes things get messy. This kit, because of the undergating, took longer than some other kits of its type. So I didn't know if this was going to get done. And it did. We got it done. There we go. Got the hand in there. Like the gun. Our last sticker was on the gun. I do like the bazooka. I like the backpack is lovely looking. These things have some movement to them, which is fun. I can't believe that I had not built the Hyaku Shiki before because it is a dope looking kit. I am glad that I built it. Thank you for the people that are subscribers for being a subscriber because I bought this with your generosity. Past you helped present me have this moment of appreciation. It just looks fucking cool. It might go on my display because I do like the Rose Gundam, but I could pop the Rose Gundam out, replace it with this. Eagle-eyed viewers will know that I took the, we'll go to the bigger thing here. You can see without the border. I took out the dragon. Our Blue Eyes White Dragon is not there because it takes up way too much room. And the wings kept hitting other model kits. So that's now in storage. A good dual-wielding mech indeed. But I would like to put the Hyaku Shiki in here because right now we're just G Gundam and Gundam Wing. It's just the G Gundam and Gundam Wing shelf. And I would like it to have a little more variety. So this kit might go and pop in there. Although, as I'm looking at it, this kit... What the fuck? Okay, so we're not displaying the Hyaku Shiki. Oh, no, it does. Okay, I couldn't find the spot for the stand. It's there. There it is. You can see it there. There is a hole for the stand. I could not see it because of a shadow. And I was like, what's going on here, Hyaku Shiki? Can I not display you properly? That would be foolish. So I can. So we will take a photo. I will take a photo of this. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to change... do I want to change the lighting color here? Let's see. This? Yes, it's this. Okay. Got to do it like that. And now you're saying, Pat, this is a terrible color. This doesn't look good. You shouldn't use this color for overhead lighting. And you're right. I shouldn't. But I should use it for taking photographs because it will look very good on my phone. If I line up like that, you can kind of even see this gold is going to look so much better with this lighting. It's annoying because now I have to move it back. It's not this button, it's this button. And also doing that because it's on the same table as the clamp for my camera. It shook the whole thing. My apologies for the shaking. I'll try to never do that. If it just had a button that I could press that wasn't on there, it would be on this table, like the light that is pointing at me, my ring light. That would be nice, but we don't have that set up with this lighting, which an hour in the stream has not died on me, so I guess is good. We'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. And we'll move on to our next kit, the Amazing Red Warrior. The Amazing Red Warrior is here. I need to delete this. There we go. The Amazing Red Warrior is on the premises. We'll update the description in a moment. I'm not going to do that right now. We're going to sort stuff for now. This is a Build Fighters kit, a roll of the die with every stream. Yeah, Lord Christian, that's where we're at right now. Like, I talked about this at the beginning of the stream, Lord Christian. I got a new light. It works really well, except that it's not USB powered. It's USB rechargeable. And that difference is bad in a way that I am not pleased with. I do not like that. I want it to be just USB, but unfortunately it is, USB powered, and unfortunately it is not that. It is USB charging. So hopefully it charges as it's on. If it doesn't charge as it's on, then it might fail at the end of a 2-hour stream. And I might have to turn it on just before the stream starts instead of, like, I don't know, 10 minutes before the stream starts. Okay, that's G. So there's the C, and then D, and we'll do C, D, and E, and then F and G down here. Great. Figured it out. Lots of polycaps. We might not use all of these. We'll use most of these polycaps. A few stickers here. Not too many stickers, but a few stickers. Eye stickers and head stickers, and probably a weapon sticker here and there. And I don't know where these SKs go, but we'll figure that out as we build it. This is a kit from the year 2015. The Gundam Amazing Red Warrior. It's Maijin's mobile suit from Build Fighters. I can't believe I haven't built this before. And you're like, Pat, what's so special about this kit? Well, one, as mentioned, it is, of course, sharing a name with a professional wrestler. The Amazing Red is a pro wrestler. He's currently the owner and operator of Hog Wrestling, House of Glory, an independent out of New York. Amazing Red trained a lot of people, especially a lot of Latin American, New York wrestlers you may come to know and love. A high flyer when that was not necessarily in fashion for U.S. dudes to do that, American-born dudes to do that. And also the cousin of Trinidad, a.k.a. Selena Vega, which is a fun little bit of business. But the reason why you'd think I would have built this before is because this kit's got fucking weapons. Look at all these goddamn weapons. We got a sword gun here. We got a wrist-mounted beam weapon. We got all kinds of guns. We got a backpack for the guns. All kinds of stuff. I'm very excited to put those together. Yes, I believe, it's a wrist-mounted shield that also has a beam gun out of it. So this is going to be a good time. Of course, we'll work on the chest. Oh, there is a sticker that goes there. It's not in the photo. It's not in any of these photos, which is interesting. But there is a sticker. Oh, it looks, because there's like we can turn some stuff around, and oh, it looks like the chest piece has like either vents or guns. You can have gun chest. There's some optimization that can happen on this, which is kind of neat. Even the shoulder pieces can become rocket boosters right there. That's cool. So there's some fun stuff here. And also there's you put it on as a backpack, and then it becomes a weapon. It extends. So you get the underhand weapons and the shoulder mounted weapons. Oh, it's so fucking good. I can't believe I have not built this kit. It's got so much good shit to it. I love it. Anyway, we're going to get into that. We're going to get building on this in a moment or two. We are going to go to this first, and then I'm going to say, before we take our pause for the cause, congratulations to the QA department at Activision. You now are organized with the help of CWA. The Activision Quality Assurance United has 600 members in the United States, making it the largest union directly working under a video game publisher. And that rules. So congratulations, Gundam Amazing Red Warrior. Sorry, I wanted to update the title so you can see the title. But yeah, that's fucking fantastic. Congratulations to all those people at Activision Publishing. And also, congratulations to Microsoft for being so afraid of this deal not going through that you said that you would be neutral, because they were like, hey, Microsoft, if you buy Activision, are you going to support this union? And they were like, we want people to do their thing. If these employees want to become a union, that sounds like a thing they can do. And so that apparently helped out quite a bit in this. The labor neutrality agreement and Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard last year made their goals of unionizing easier to accomplish. Yes. Well, that was the thing, right? Microsoft wasn't going to be like, we think unions are weird. They weren't going to say that because they're trying to get congressional, they're not congressional, they're trying to get approval on it. Also, Microsoft recognized some ZeniMax folks as well. And it's so fucking funny to me that it is so funny to me that the number one reason that a lot of these unions has worked is because they were companies that Microsoft was trying to acquire, and Microsoft wasn't in a position to play hardball with them. And it's fucking brilliant. Good for the folks at Blizzard. Good for the folks at Activision, who were like, especially with the voluntary layoffs that Activision did to make themselves sleeker in an agreement with Microsoft where they took the blame and not Microsoft. Yeah, fucking unionize. This is a pro-union stream in a pro-union house. I am the son of a proud union member, Connecticut union member for teachers union. I am someone that is organized with unions. I have never been in a union myself. I benefit from the SAG-AFTRA union, the combined efforts of SAG-AFTRA, because I have been on union shows. They look out for me, even though I am not a card-carrying member of that union. But I still, because I worked on those union shows, they also look out for me and my best interest, I should say. Someday I hope to be an actual member of that union, if things, can go my way in certain worlds. I would love to officially join that union and be a part of it. That would be rad. Or another union, perhaps. There was a time where I almost joined the Theatrical Lighters Union, the union of people that do stage lighting for union houses. A buddy of mine was trying to get me in that because he worked 10 times a year on fashion shows. It's just that those 10 times almost killed him every time, because he would work like 20 hours a day for 3 days. So he would work, and that would be like, for 2 days, and then it would add up to about 10 days. And then he could be a failed actor, or a struggling actor, if you want to say that. He would say failed, I would say struggling. And then he would just have days he couldn't work. And he tried to get me in on that. And I realized my temperament did not work for that. I should have joined the union and just not done what he did and do other stuff. And I didn't. And I do regret that, because it would have opened some doors for me. It would have been very annoying, because I would have had to leave the job I had because it was non-union, and it counted. The work I did, the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, I could not have done that as a union member. So I would have had to get other employment. But I still think about that. What if? What if I had said, I'm going to be in that union? Who knows? Things could be different than they are right now. And what's happening right now is I'm going to talk to you, friends, about ways you can support what I do here that are optional. You don't have to do any of these things. First and foremost, if you are currently a subscriber to the Build With Baer Workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego of the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support me through cash money or your Prime Gaming token. We had Harold and we had Lord Crashton resub tonight, which is great. Thank you very much for that. If you would like to become a subscriber, you can do it for $5 a month. Or if you have your Prime Gaming token, because you linked your Amazon with your Twitch, you get that token. You can use it for anybody. And if you chose to use it for this, that would be great for me personally. There are, again, other ways to support me, like bits and coins. If you want to be the top of that leaderboard, you could do that. If you wanted to be the first person this month to gift a sub, no one is gifted a sub this month. If you want to break that, if you want to become the top of the gift sub leaderboard with a single gift sub, you could do that right now. You'd be helping out somebody in the community. You could do it anonymously or get credit for it. Take credit for it, I should say. Not get credit, take credit for it. And that would be awesome. That would be a lovely thing that you could do if you wanted to. But you don't have to. There are other ways to support me. I'll get through this fast so we can get back to starting this brand new kit, which I'm excited to work on and talk about some stuff with you. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, a $3, a $5, and a $10 tier. And there are different rewards for different tiers. And that's another thing you could do if you wanted to. You could join my Patreon. If you're already a Twitch subscriber, you certainly don't have to join my Patreon. But if you don't want to do that, you could do one or the other. You could do both. Whatever you want to do. I also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. And over on that YouTube channel, obviously subscribing to my YouTube is free. But there is a thing called memberships. You can become a member over there if you want to join that. And if you join that, for just $2 a month, you would get my Wednesday videos a day early. So you'd always be a little ahead of the game, which is kind of nice. And you can always set stuff up for that as well. I should also say that as of literally today, I have enough money in my YouTube earnings balance that I can, let's see, where, oh yeah, okay. Now I got to remember that because I'm looking at it literally right now. I am looking at it right now. I now have enough money that I can get a payment from YouTube. And I will use that money to buy model kits. That is a thing that is going to happen. And so that's incredible. That's from ad revenue and also from memberships. I have to remember how to do that. If it's automatic, if I have to cash out, I have to remember how to withdraw that. But I have broken the threshold from that fucking finally. All it took was a couple weirdly viral YouTube videos and then also having YouTube Shorts suddenly do okay. So thank God. But I'll be able to buy model kits with that. Those are all monthly ways to support me, but what about a one-time? If you want to hit up my Ko-Fi or you want to hit my PayPal up and help me out that way, you could do that. The links that are in chat, they're also in the VOD for this over on my YouTube. And everything I make through direct donations, through AdSense, which includes watching my videos, as I said, through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund. And from that fund, I buy model kits. The Hyaku Shiki, which we finished tonight, I was able to buy that, pardon me, with your generosity. Past you helped out present me. And present me is also working on a kit that we're going to start tonight, right here, the Amazing Red Warrior. That was bought off my Amazon wish list. I don't know who bought that because there was not a note included. But if you want to buy something for me to build and have it jump the queue, because I have other stuff to build. I got some cool model kits that I would be happy to put together. I got a new kit from Gundam Build Multiverse or whatever that I would love to build. But this comes first, and I'm happy about that. So if there's something there you'd like to see me build, you want to pick up an early Easter gift. It's the end of this month. What if you bought me an Easter gift? You get me a Yoshi Lego set. I've got model kits. I got inexpensive kits. I got expensive kits. I just put in a mech for 30-minute missions that 100% looks like a Metal Gear. I would be thrilled to it's the Metal Gear or the villainous robot thing from RoboCop, the evil Robo, whose name escapes me. It looks like that. I would love to build that. I got Lego sets. I got model kits, inexpensive kits, expensive kits. A high grade of a master grade that I've built before, the GM Sniper 2. I was like, oh, I've built that. No, I built the master grade. I hadn't built the high grade of it. A bunch of stuff that I'd be happy to build. Some gear at the bottom. If you see some gear that you'd like to see me have, that would be something you could do. You don't have to, but if you want to, you could. Let's see. I have a throne wish list. That is my alternative to Amazon because it's nice to have alternatives to Amazon. And of course, USA Gundam Store, the most convoluted way to support me. You go to USA Gundam Store, you buy a gift card there. You get a gift card, your code in your email. You then whisper me on Twitch or DM me on Twitter because my DMs are open with that gift card code. And then I use that gift card code to buy things from USA Gundam Store. And you can also make a suggestion or I'll just buy whatever. Those are all the ways to support me that involve money. If you want to support me and not spend any money, well, what the fuck, man? Join my Discord. It's cool. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. Sometimes people post just things that we've talked about on the stream or I'm planning on talking about, and people were like, oh, did you see this thing? And it's nice. It's a nice little place. You're welcome to come hang out there. A couple video links for you to check out. The latest episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club, which is my video series where I talk about something from the world of anime that interests me. I covered the 2024 Anime Awards and talked about how some of the categories are busted. And a couple of them, I'm like, yeah, I get it. And I get big mad about a couple things. It's a good video. And then, of course, Kuma Baer, my weekly anime recommendation series that you can watch on my TikTok, which I don't promote at all, or my Instagram, which I don't promote at all, or on my YouTube, which I do promote because I get ad revenue if you watch the YouTube version. And this week I am talking about the seminal work, the modern classic that is Laid Back Camp. The 2 seasons and a movie and a short series and a new season coming out soon. March right now, I am talking about my favorite shows that are slice of lifes, that are girls doing things. Hey, Dirty, welcome. And Laid Back Camp is essential viewing. I understand you may have seen it because I've talked about it a lot, but you should watch it again. It is also one of the only shows where, hey, guess what? Season 3, I'm going to talk about it on a weekly basis. I usually don't talk about shows when they get into the second or third season. Even if I really like it, like Banished from the Hero's Party, which I'm watching right now and is lovely. The second season whips ass. But if you didn't watch the first season, me talking about it weekly isn't going to be good. So I don't do that. But I will do that for Laid Back Camp because I want to talk about Laid Back Camp when it comes out. Can't wait for that shit. Speaking of anime, I have some anime to chat with you about. 2 shows that I've been watching that we'll have to converse about. So we'll talk about that now. I am going to drink a little water, though, and then we're going to get started on the Amazing Red Warrior and dramatically transition to the overhead camera right now. The other day, somebody asked me, Pat, how do you do that transition in your Stream Deck? And I answered, I don't remember because I've only done it once because it worked when I did it. So I don't know. But it's a transition you can build in Stream Deck. It's play a song, beat, 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 slow transition from intro camera to main camera, fade song. But with like a couple beats to fade the music out. And then I practiced it and went, that's long enough, or that's not enough time for me to drink a little bit of water. But yeah, I don't remember exactly how it works, just that it works. All right, so we're working on the shoulders, the tops of the shoulders that also can pivot and become booster rockets, which is cool. Cool shit. So we'll get those together here. And of course, we're going to do it. We're going to talk about anime. It's time to talk about some anime because I've been watching it, weirdly enough, even though I make weekly videos about anime and bi-weekly or bi-monthly videos about anime, whatever. Every other week I make Every other week, I either make 1 or 2 videos about anime, depending on what week it is. So you might be surprised to know that I'm going to talk about it on the stream. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. We are almost done with this arc. The magic, the first class mage test is almost completed. If you have not been keeping up, our characters and some other characters we've met here for a while, they are in a dungeon. They are trying to clear the dungeon. There is a monster known as a Spiegel, and they have to defeat this Spiegel. And the Spiegel is controlling clones of the participants, the mages that we're seeing here. And so they have to either fight themselves or fight other mages. And of course, the weaknesses that they don't really have weaknesses other than overpowering them, because like you can't put them to sleep or induce fear or anything like that, because they don't have minds. So Fern and Frieren have been facing Harold. Unfortunately, it's not Spike Spiegel. It is just a Spiegel. This anime likes using German words for things. Like a lot of anime out there. And we won't think too hard about that. Fern is using this demon spell, this fast, powerful demon spell, a killing magic spell. So this is the wrong marker. It's okay. Using this spell, Zoltrak, and it does not kill the replica of Frieren. So Fern and Frieren, unfortunately, did not kill that replica. And Frieren is like, yeah, I could. There was a possibility that it would be able to survive. Obviously, that's not great. And she's like, this is actually a battle of attrition. This is always going to be one. And then we go see other people here. Decken and Methode are like, they figured out where the other replicas are, and they're like, okay, let's try to like get a game plan about how this works. A lot of replicas get defeated in kind of a montage, because they are like, oh well, you'd be good at this, and you'd be able to face this one, and what we know about this mage will work for you. And yeah, it's a divide and conquer. It's working for most of them. The big problem is there's the Frieren replica and also the Sense replica, who is, of course, the strongest mage and the one administering this test. So they're defeating some replicas. They get ambushed. A couple of people get ambushed, I say, and Richter and Lon get impaled. And they have to break their bottles and escape and get healed up, which is bad because they were pretty strong. Decken, Land, and Ubel show up, and Ubel is like, I could beat that replica because I can visualize cutting her magic. So Ubel is an attack mage that we've seen before and is pretty fucking vicious and seemingly not that caring about anything or anyone. And since we learn their magic is like hair magic, they could basically, which is weird, but it works for him. Because we have a flashback where Ubel apparently at some point was able to cut through a mage that had a high defense enchanting clothing. Because if Ubel thinks that they can cut, or that she can cut something, she can. So she should be able to beat that, which is cool, and she does. She defeats that replica in a fight that's pretty fucking dope. A bunch of people were talking about like some plans, and they're basically, the idea is, okay, we just want to try to delay as many of the replicas as we can, because we realize we can't win this. This is this war of attrition. Like we gotta like take on as many as we can here, and not necessarily expect to win unless we defeat the Spiegel. Let's see. Decken teams run into a bunch of replicas because guess what? Once you defeat them, they can fucking come back, which sucks because they have to deal with it again. So that's even further proof that like, oh yeah, shit, this shit is not going to go well for us unless we take out the boss monster. Frieren creates an opening. Fern inflicts an injury, a lethal injury on that replica. But then, hey, guess what? Fern almost fucking dies due to a mental attack, which fucking sucks because we like Fern. But Fern survives, thank God. So Frieren defeats that last replica. Then they go and destroy the Spiegel, and that's not that exciting or anything really, because it was more about facing versions of themselves. That was the more imposing thing. The remaining examinees reach the bottom of the dungeon. They all come together. Sense is like, hey, congratulations, you passed the second test. And then the failed examinees are at the entrance with the golems, and they're being healed. And it looks like nobody died in this thing, which is great, because that would be a bummer for some of these characters. A couple of these characters I wouldn't mind too much if we never saw them again, but a few of them are pretty cool. So this was a fucking action-packed episode of Frieren. This is somewhat atypical. We will have a lot of dialogue in our next episode, and probably my thinking is the rest of this will just be mostly dialogue and conversations, which is fine because this action was great, but it doesn't have to be always this action packed. It can be people talking and such. And then, speaking of talking, there's a bunch of different talking and such in the Unwanted Undead Adventurer. We last left our main hero, Rent. He was in a toxic environment trying to get a dragon bloom flower, which can be used in medicines, and is and luckily our guy, being undead, is totally okay with being in this area and strong enough to defeat this dragon monster that is like a turtle dragon. Our guy is totally okay whipping that thing's ass, which is great. Good job, Rhett. Let's see. What else happens in this episode? Let me find A10 and A14, or A19, I should say, and A10. Okay. All right, let me just get this piece out, and then I need A19, which is this piece. This kit might come together pretty fast because I don't have any undergating to be annoyed with, but it also could take its time. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it goes. So at the end of that last episode, successfully defeated this thing, found a bunch of them, but also found an elf that was just there. This elf is named Isaac Hart, and he needs dragonborn medicine for his ill employer. And he's like, you seem to be okay here and strong enough to defeat these monsters. I would love to hire you to deliver these, like, on a regular basis. That's a good job. Sheila is amazed that Rhett is now strong enough to be a silver rank easily. Rhett delivers a dragon blood to the orphan that had hired him, and he also gives extra ones to heal. To a healer and also an herbalist that he knows previously, because he's like, I have enough of these. I'm going to give some to some people that I know will appreciate these things. Also, you may remember that we met in the last episode Edel, which is a rat familiar that our guy somewhat accidentally became bonded with. And the rat basically convinces or demands of the other rats, which is the thing they didn't know they could do, at the orphanage to protect the orphanage. So now the rats are... Our guy now has like a small amount of a rat army, which when it happened in the manga, I was very surprised about. I was pretty shocked when suddenly our dude had an army of rats. We don't see them that often, but it's nice to know they're there. Elise decides he wants to become an adventurer like Rent, so he wants to learn how to do magic, and he asks Lorraine to teach. But then he unintentionally, like accidentally, talks about how old she is, and she's like, well, I think I'm just gonna have to kill this kid. And then he like quickly goes the opposite tack and like talks about like how young she is and how foolish he was to say that, and how like basically just starts talking her up, and she gets really embarrassed by that because she's not used to that kind of treatment. And it's a fun little scene, and pretty light for a show that can be very dark. I'm gonna panel line. I can put this on first. I can always pull this out if I need to. Should be able to do that there. All right, and then this is gonna be up with this first here. Yeah. Goes in like that. This I'm going to hit with a marker before I put the front piece on, because it'll be easier to do that. What else happens in this episode? Rhett learns that the elf works for the Latour family. So that elf that we met before, his boss is a member of this family, who are like not nobles, but are somehow very, they own a lot of power in the town, even though they're not from the noble family. And that's a red flag. So when they suggest like a very dangerous job, he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. But I'll meet with you. Basically, he says like, I'll meet with you and talk to you about stuff. He goes to the mansion, but then a security guard is like, yeah, so you have to complete this maze if you want to meet with the owner. You have to make through it, and the maze constantly changes. And then one of the guards is just like, the sun can't help you. Oh, also, if you make it to the end, you can get a magic item as a thank you. And apparently this weeds out a lot of people they don't want to deal with. I'm going to guess that they don't always use the whole you have to go through this maze that changes all the time to meet with us thing, but they do it for a lot of people, and it probably limits the amount of people that they have to deal with. So I think that's pretty fun. All right, let's put the SK sticker on here. It's going to go on our chest piece here. Rhett is like, the maze seems small. But at the end of this episode, our main character is been lost for several hours in the maze. So we will pick up on the maze in the next episode of The Unwanted Undead Adventurer. A series that people are sleeping on, and I think is cool. Last says, heaven help me, I forgot how much work the fin funnels on the new Gundam are. Oh yeah. Fin funnels on a new Gundam, that there's, well, one, it's a lot of work, and two, there are a lot of them. So it's a lot of work that you have to do a lot. It's not the best. They look fucking rad though. So you got that going for you, Lashbrook, that you're making something that looks cool. It's just going to take you a very long time to do it. Now is the part of the stream, friends, because we got some time left on this stream. I want to hear from you. What are you watching? What are you playing? What are you working on? Are you building any model kits? Are you building along with me right now? Are you watching some anime? Are you watching some TV shows? Did you just start watching Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z again? You're going to do a rewatch in honor of Akira Toriyama. May he rest in peace. Did you go to the movies over the weekend? Let me know what you're up to, what you're into. I love hearing from you. My gaming stuff has been Balatro. I'm back on the grind. I took a break from it because I had a really frustrating play session. I am playing a game that a little bit of a game as a test that I will be checking out on stream on Tuesday, called Summer House, all capital letters, all one word. Summer House is a scenery town builder that is not it's like a side-scrolling town builder, but all of it is the sandbox. It is just a sandbox. It's like $5. It is the first solo game by Frieren, who is the game that you probably most know. Frieren is one of the people that made Pizza Possum, and this is Freeman's first solo game. And I will be checking that out on Tuesday because it won my $10 patrons poll, and I'm very excited to be checking that out. But that game is really fun. It's very simple, and you'll understand what I mean by the fact of the side-scrolling element of it. But it's cozy and fun and light. And like I said, right now it is on sale. It's 20% off. So I think it's $4 instead of $5, or $5 instead of $6. It's cheap. It's under $10. It's on sale till the 22nd. I received a code for that game. I should make that clear. I will say that a code has been provided, and any coverage I do of it, you should take that under consideration. It will say that in my, it's not a sponsor stream, but it is a game code provided. I did not pay for this game, and I am happy to play it, and I will talk about it. I believe it's because I streamed Pizza Possum that I was reached out to for a code for this. I'm happy to receive it. It's not the same thing as Pizza Possum, but it is fun. I think it's very fun and neat. All right, we are done with the chest here. Now we can work on part of the waist. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to read what some of y'all have said. Speaking about the fin funnels, Lashbrook says, also, I'm specifically building an extra 10 of them on top of the 5 it comes with. Yeah, so you're building a lot of fin funnels. The splashy purchase I made with my tax refund was for a playdate, says Lord Crashton, which I'm excited to get later next week. Hell yeah. Enjoy that playdate. Yeah. I could see myself with a playdate. There's a bunch of fun games for that, and that would be a silly good time, and it's a weird thing. And at worst comes to worst, if you don't play it enough, you could just put it on your desk as a clock, a digital clock. Lord Crashton, I was talking about the video game Summer House. All capital letters, all one word. Summer House is a game that released yesterday that I have been playing for a little bit because I got review code for it. And I will be streaming that game out on Tuesday. It won my $10 patrons poll. Or, sorry, my $3, $5, and $10 patrons poll. Yeah, so Summer House. It's an inexpensive game that's going to look neat, and I hope people will come check that out on stream. Because it looks like a fucking chill, fun time. And is made by one person. And that's neat. Let's see. Ghost Valve says, finished The Good Place, loved it, but kind of wrecked me. Watched Dune first part so that I can maybe watch the sequel soon. Just re-sleeving a deck at the moment. Hell yeah, you got to sleeve, you got to re-sleeve, you got to do the work. Good on you for that. Yes, The Good Place. The Good Place nailed it. I'm not going to get into it. But they did nail it. They did stick the landing, and that's very difficult. Lord Crash says, I also started watching Dragon Ball, and I'm in the early parts of the tournament arc where Launch has been recruited to the Roshi house. Yes, Launch or Ludge, the forgotten character. And you're saying, what do you mean forgotten character? Literally, Toriyama forgot because there was a scene. There were some scenes in one of the later series where a bunch of characters come back or they're referenced, and people were like, what about Launch? And he was like, oops, forgot. Because there is a scene where Tien, there's like a girl that is harassing Tien, and then maybe they're going to be interested in each other. And people were like, but Tien has Launch. And Toriyama was like, doesn't ring Oh, launch. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, he had a lot of characters. Um, Tournament arc fucking whips ass. I'm not rewatching, but I did buy the rest of DB and Z manga I didn't own. I spent the day catching up on 2 weeks of anime and then kind of just chilled on the couch flying the Dune Orthopter and MS Flight Simulator. Nice. That Lashbrook? That sounds pretty fucking dope. Oh, I should say, I did play one other video game outside of the constant Hearthstone that I don't bring up that often because you know me, I'm playing Hearthstone. Is it a day that ends in Y? I also put more time in, still haven't finished, but put more time into the Warhammer 40K expansion, Warhammer 40,000, I should say, expansion for Power Simulator. Still not done with that last job because I don't put that much time into it. But it is nice to crack it open while I have a podcast or something on and see what's up. And WW2K24, I have put more time into WW2K24. I've got some great looking wrestlers and some nightmare wrestlers ready to go for the next stream. When is that next stream? I don't know. I might do it in 2 weeks because I just like playing that game. We'll find out. We'll find out how that goes. I got a sticker I got to put on. Okay, I got to put the eye stickers on. Let's see. I went and had some Cajun. Some Cajun food is dirty. Some shrimp, fried catfish and crawfish. Nice. After which I caved and bought Expeditions. So I've been driving trucks in the desert all afternoon. Hell yeah. Enjoy that dirty. Sometimes you got to cave. Aristofan is still on the Final Fantasy Rebirth with some Balatro on the side. Hell yeah. Get in it. Enjoy your Final Fantasy. Enjoy that big game. I will admit, friends, a thing that I don't normally do, I did on this week's Nextlander podcast, which was I skipped a segment because I just didn't want to hear Brad and Vinny talk about Final Fantasy anymore. I just did it like that. I just didn't. I love those dudes. I love that podcast. I just have so little interest in that video game. And I just I don't care what's different from the remake. I don't care what's different from the original game. I just don't care about that game. I'll be happy to listen to catch ups and here's end game talk or whatever maybe, but I just don't give a shit to listen to 20 minutes about that video game. It's just not for me. Let's see. Lord Crashton has also been playing more Balatro, though I'm kind of ruining these runs and I'm doing a lot of buying jokers and such that I haven't gotten before to see what they do. Nice. Yeah, that's definitely a way to do it. I don't mind that. See what's up. Harold's been playing a bunch of roguelikes, Balatro, Turnip Boy, Robs a Bank. I've heard good things. Backpack Battlers, also Minami Lane, and I even tried the little PAL World. You're just checking some shit out, trying a bunch of stuff, Harold. I love that. Also, the Princess Peach demo. Oh, yes, there's the demo for that. I hope that's fun. Oh, I do have a back head sticker to put on. I'm going to panel line this, and then I'm going to put the V-fin on because that just makes my life easier. So I need to find sticker 2, which is this sticker here. We don't have a front sticker on this. We do have the back sticker, so we'll get that on there. Let's see. Ghost Valve did the Great Winter Summer Clothing Storage Swap. Nice, Ghost Valve. Yeah, I mean, I don't get much of a winter down here, and the summer keeps thinking it's going to appear. It's going to be heavy spring, and then we get a cold day with rain, and then it'll be warm again. So I haven't broken out the shorts yet. I'm still a jeans guy, and I have one of my hoodies ready to go. But it's warm. It's warm in this room. It's almost open the window warm, but I avoided that. But my guess is Monday stream, I will have the window open because I will be in need of it. Let's get this fin out. Let's panel line, then we'll put the fin on. Wristfan bought an actual CD player because you missed having one. Oh, okay. I got a boom box here. It's not like a big like rock like over the shoulder boom box, but we do have a boom box in this house, and Christmas CDs are about the only thing that get played in it because we don't have in the living room. We do not have anything that plays music. So at Christmas time, we break out the CD player and put the boombox there, and they just play Christmas CDs. And then also from where it is, you can hear it in the dining room. So that is nice. But that's the last time I handled a CD was, Christmas time. So not that long ago, honestly. Pretty recently. All right, we're going to panel line this head here. Lord Crash says, I've been skipping podcasts talking about Final Fantasy Rebirth because I won't avoid spoilers, so Jeff's the only one I'm listening to this week. Yeah, because I bet you're also like, I'm behind on Remap. I bet Remap has been talking about it. I bet everybody's been talking about it. I don't listen to as many podcasts about games these days anymore. Nextlander and Jeff are the ones I hear the most. Remap is on my if I have time before new episodes of other things, but I've been kind of like doubling down on comedy podcasts a lot lately. I increased my comedy podcast and also there's a podcast called Eurovangelists, which is about Eurovision, made by comedians on the Max Fun Network, and one of the people on there is a very good friend of mine. And it's nice hearing his voice. So Jeremy Bent's on there, who some people might know from Mission to Zix. You might know Jeremy from that. So I've been listening to that because I've always liked Eurovision. And they're very knowledgeable hosts. So I don't agree with them on their stance on Israel in Eurovision because I am against that, because even though to be in Eurovision Song Contest, you must be picked through the process of an independent media, in this case, independent television and news media, and is not considered by the government or decided by the government. It is run by this independent media, and that is a criteria to be part of that. Even if Israel is hitting the bare minimum of that, it is still a arts washing. It's pop music washing of the country and their inclusion in there. So that's my general stance on that. I do not think they should be included. Also because Eurovision is supposed to be not a political, it's supposed to be not about politics. So you can't bring a Palestinian flag and wave a Palestinian flag in the audience because that's showing favoritism of a country. But you can just have Israel there. And that's weird. And I don't like it. So that's my general take on that. But in general, I do like Eurovision. And I like the weird songs and people who are knowledgeable talking about the weird stuff and the good stuff and the bad stuff. So I've been listening to a lot of podcasts that have nothing to do with video games because I got a little burnt out on that. Lord Crashton says, I do have to say that my favorite Joker design is the misprinted one that just looks so good. Yeah. God, Balatro is just good. That's just a good game. It's really fun. I'm looking forward to the next expansion in Hearthstone because I'm me, and that's a thing that I like. I like Hearthstone. And I'm looking forward to the new expansion because a lot of it is references to the 10 years. It's some updated cards. It's some references to long-running jokes within Hearthstone and the meta, various metas. There's a lot of fan service in this 10-year anniversary pack, and I'm into that. I think that's neat. That is something that I'm like, hell yeah. I'm interested in all of that nonsense. I don't think I'm going to do the tracker to get more gold faster, get more like cards thing. I some expansions I do it, but I have like 5,000 gold, so I'm gonna get so many packs. I'm gonna get like 500 packs, I believe. So I'm not gonna do the thing that gets you more experience, which is gonna get you gold faster this time around. I'm just gonna keep my 2,000 gold so I get the mini set for free, quote unquote. I'll do that part, and then most of it I'm just gonna have a bunch of packs and do all of that. I sometimes do the battle pass, but I don't think I'm gonna do it this particular time. I kind of do it every other time. I'm also gotten a lot of the rewards. A lot of the rewards aren't new. They're just like stuff that I already have. So I'm like, I don't need that. I don't really need goldens of some cards that I won't play ever. And I do like to do it now and again because here's the thing. The battle pass means number go up. I like when number go up. And with the battle pass, number go up pretty fast. It's just, nah, I'm good. With the battle pass number go up fast is the thing that rhymed, and it was not my intention to do that. So Monday stream, we're gonna keep working on this model kit. You know what it is. You know how it goes. That's the thing we'll be doing. We're working on this cool model kit. Tuesday stream, Summer House, checking out that video game. Excited to play that. Once again, code provided, and I will be keep mentioning that in all of my media stuff, and it'll say that in the top bar and in the description. This is not a sponsor stream, but code was provided because that is the least I can do. Not everybody even wants to do that. Not everybody is down for that, but I am down for that. I am willing and able and interested, and I want to tell you about those things. I want to tell you if I have been given a code. And of course, I've never been sponsored. None of these streams have ever been sponsored. Never had a sponsored stream. Almost all my streams are technically sponsored by you, the subscribers. If you've bought this kit, this stream technically is being sponsored by the person that that anonymously bought this kit off my wish list. Like, I don't, you could say that like half the stream was sponsored by somebody. I think it's fine to say that. But yeah, I've never had a sponsored stream, but I have received codes. You should make up fake sponsors. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I could be like, oh, tonight's stream is sponsored by such and such. Of course, if you subscribe or gift a sub or do anything like that during like a video game stream, like the match is sponsored by you, and kind of do that nonsense. Or if I'm doing a fundraising stream, I say that like, if you donate, then you give me a match type or whatever, and then the match is sponsored by that donator, that kind of thing. I've done stuff like that, but I've never actually had a sponsor for the stream. I'm not opposed to it, obviously. If I was ever sponsored for something, you would fucking know, because I would make it unbelievably clear. I would make it so goddamn clear. There are things that I would say about sponsorship, because I am not in a position where I am going out there just taking anything. I will never do a stream where I am demanding, or that I would never do anything where you downloading a thing would be required for me to make money, because that's a scam, and I'm not interested in scams like that. Anything where like, hey, if a certain amount of people from your stream get to this level of this free game, then you make this amount of money. Like, no, those things are bad. Those games are never great. Sometimes, occasionally they are, but most of the time they're terrible. None of that. Like, I'm not eligible for the good Shadow Raid Legends deal. I'm eligible for the bad Shadow Raid Legends deal. And I don't want the bad one. I don't want the good one. But at the very least, if I was going to sell out in that capacity, it would be for the good one. Like, if I was going to take a sponsorship that made me feel icky, it would be for good money. It would be the make a dinner with HelloFresh, not the weird one, which is go on the website and figure out what meal you want and then convince your viewers to sign up, and your pay is based on the percentage of people or the number of people that sign up. Like, no. Flat rate. Flat rate with incentives, but flat rate. I ain't working on incentives. I ain't working on commission. That ain't me. I'm 43 years old. I'm not working on commission for things. Sponsored by W Discovery, which means it'll be shut down after the stream is over. Yes, and also somehow they'll shut down old streams of mine. They'll somehow manage to be able to shut down old streams that I've done, and those will be gone too. And I won't fully understand how that happened, but they'll have sometime got rid of old VODs. Pat Baer is brought to you by Pat Baer, your one-stop shop for all your Pat Baer needs. I mean, in a certain respect, in certain ways, it's not, that is not untrue that Pat Baer, that this stream is brought to you by Pat Baer. That's not untrue. I put this together wrong, so I'm fixing it. Viewers like you, certainly. The mobile game sponsorships that Jeff has talked about getting, yes. It's nice to get an offer. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, those things are bad. And like, Jeff Gersman shouldn't ever have to consider those. I could consider some of those offers, right? I could. Here's what I actually would like. I'd like a comic book store or a hobby shop or a model kit website, a store. Send me a model kit to build on stream. 2 streams. I'll do one long one. We'll finish it if it's a small kit. If it's a big kit, I'll do 2 streams for it. And I'll say, provided by this. And I'll give a code, an affiliate code. And you're like, Pat, are you saying that you would do a sponsored stream for the cost of a model kit? Yes. I would do 2 sponsored streams for a high grade model kit, a $20 to $30 to $40 high grade. You're damn right. With free shipping, you're damn right I would do that. Because it would be for a hobby store and it would make sense and it would be good. And then the other part of it would be that people would go and probably, maybe go buy model kits, which is the thing I want you to do. I want you to build model kits. So it would be great. That was a better deal than Factor or those other meal services. Sorry, Dirty says, I miss living closer to Austin than I do now because I used to have a guy down there who would sell me large freezer bags of stew that you would just warm up in the crock pot. Each would feed me for 2 days for only $10 a bag. Yes, the bespoke, smaller versions of that, the like family run or person run version of that is the best. That is, there's no beating. I know a guy, he'll make a thing. It costs this amount of money. Yeah, that stuff is fantastic. It's hard to find that, but that stuff is fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, this stream has been fantastic, and we're going to wrap things up here. I'm going to do this really quick. I shouldn't have started this part, but we'll wrap this up here. Let's see. I'll do this off stream because I don't understand where this piece is supposed to go, and that's been weird. So yeah, I'll do this part off stream because I'm not sure how these go together and I don't want to rush and break something. Yes, the pull up and honk situation. Yeah, those situations can be great. That's going to do it for tonight's stream. I want to thank everybody here for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. But the party doesn't stop just because I'm done streaming, because we are going to go raid. We're going to go find someone doing cool shit out there, and we're going to go send them a little bit of love because that's the least we could do. So I hope you all come and hang out on this raid with me, and I hope you come back on Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday for all the other shenanigans we get up into. Who is streaming and doing stuff that we want to go hang out with? How long has my friend been streaming? They have been streaming for 9 hours. We're not rating them. Even if they go longer, I'm not going to find out how much longer they're going. Hey, no one's going to notice we're rating them because they have so many viewers. But we're going to go raid New Legacy Inc. We're going to go raid New Legacy Inc. because they do cool stuff and they're neat people. A couple of them are in here playing some nonsense, so we're going to go raid that. They're playing WWE 2K24. They're good, fine folks, so we'll go give them a raid. As I said, they got like 700 people watching. They don't need these views, but maybe you'll enjoy it. It's more for you than for them. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I'll see you in the next one, which is Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and then gaming on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you then. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.